Today, we are walking you through Marianda Nature Retreat and Spa, located just about 20 minutes from Coorg town. As you get closer, the roads get quieter, the greenery gets denser, and it slowly starts to feel like you're entering a completely different pace of life. Once you reach the property, there is a parking outside that is actually quite useful because the road inside is quite steep. The staff can send their jeep to pick you up. We still decided to drive up ourselves, and honestly, it was not easy. So if your vehicle does not have a good grip, please be careful here. But the moment we arrived, the whole experience changed. We were welcomed with tikka and a glass of cold coffee. And that cold coffee was so good. Of course, we are in the land of coffee. The reception itself is large, airy, and beautifully done. It has so many cozy little corners where you can just sit and relax for a while. After check-in, we headed to our room, the Planter's Cottage, where we were staying for the next 2 nights. The room was spacious and comfortable with a large bed and all of the essentials. They had also left a few complimentary chocolates for us, along with some paid snacks and drinks in the room. The rooms also have Wi-Fi, so internet is not really an issue here. But honestly, this is one of those places where you will want to put your phone aside and just enjoy nature. But the best part was easily the balcony. It had a rocking chair and that quickly became our favorite spot. We spent so much time there just sitting, listening to the birds and doing absolutely nothing. The bathroom was good too, but one thing we noticed was the stone wash basin. Whenever water was poured on it, there was a bad smell. It did not ruin the stay, but it is definitely something housekeeping should look into. Apart from that, the overall stay experience was incredible. After some time in the room, we stepped out to explore the property. One of the staff members accompanied us and showed us around the estate. We first walked down through the coffee plantation site, which eventually leads to the river. We did not stop for too long here because we already had activities planned for these spots. From there, we made our way to the small lake where they have the coracle ride option. And then we hiked uphill back to the retreat. We gave our dinner order in advance and went back to the room to relax. And dinner that night was honestly one of the highlights of our stay. We tried several local dishes and every single item was delicious. Everything felt rich, comforting and full of flavor. Huge credit to the chef here. The next morning, we woke up early for the nature and bird walk. We started around 7:30 am and our guide handed us a pair of binoculars before taking us along the trail. It turned out to be such a fun experience. There are so many birds around this property and spotting them in the quiet of the morning felt really special. If you're looking for a peaceful stay in Coorg, surrounded by nature, bird songs, greenery and slow moments, Marianda is definitely a place we would recommend. Just keep in mind that the property has a lot of stone pathways and several steep sections, so elderly guests may find it a little challenging to move around. And if you're traveling with kids, supervision is definitely important because some areas can be slippery or even uneven. After about an hour, we came back to the reception area and spent a few relaxed minutes there. After that, we went to the restaurant for breakfast, which is just below the reception. Breakfast was simple, satisfying, and really tasty. Everything we had felt fresh, homely, and comforting. Later, we decided to explore more of the property. We went to their local farm where a good amount of their fresh produce comes from. Fruits, vegetables, and other ingredients are grown or sourced within their own setup, which was lovely to see. After that, Abhi decided to do a Shirodhara session at the spa. The spa is in a really peaceful spot overlooking the entire estate, and the setting itself already feels calming. It was a 45-minute session and Abhi enjoyed every bit of it. Then, it was time for lunch, and they prepared a local Coorg-style thali for us. I had the veg thali, Abhi had the non-veg one. Both were excellent. Everything was packed with flavor and the tapioca papad was next level. At around 4 pm, we headed to the lake for the Coracle ride. I tried rowing it myself and let me tell you, it is not as easy as it looks. It takes a lot more strength and control than you would expect. After that, we went to the river, where they had arranged high tea for us by the water. Because the river flow was low, it made for such a beautiful setup. They had sandwiches, french fries and a few other snacks laid out for us. It was such a fun experience and just sitting there by the river in the evening felt really special. As the sun began to set, we returned to the property and gave our dinner order in advance. After relaxing in the room for a while, we headed out again for a candlelight dinner by the bonfire. And that evening had one more lovely surprise. One of the staff members played guitar for us, which added such a warm and a personal touch. This time, we decided to try Asian food. We ordered momos, noodles and a few more dishes. And once again, everything was absolutely yummy. The next morning was a slow one. We woke up to the beautiful bird calls with no rush to do anything at all. And that is something we really liked about this property. It truly believes in slow living. There is no pressure to follow a fixed pace. You can eat when you want, do activities only if you feel like it, or simply sit back and enjoy the surroundings. The staff is always around to help, but the overall feeling here is very calm and unhurried. Before breakfast, we went for a quiet morning walk. And later, we also checked out their most premium stay, the King Villa. It was spacious, elegant and really impressive. We will share a full walkthrough of that in a separate video. After breakfast, I also decided to do Shirodhara before leaving, which felt like the perfect way to end the trip. By the time we checked out, we were leaving with so many lovely memories and such a calm feeling. But overall, if your idea of a holiday is to slow down, breathe deeper and spend time close to nature, this place does that beautifully. If you liked this walkthrough, please do like, share, subscribe and save it as it genuinely helps us grow. Thank you.